Hello folks, it's Uncle Mitch again. Time to do the linchpin of the other ones that I've done today. Incidentally, if any of you are offended by the things that I said about fat or skinny or pretty people or whatever the case, reference the victim video and you'll see exactly why I have no sympathy and no apologies for what I've said. Okay, on to the topic that I really wanted to talk about today that I had to cover other ground, and that's healthcare. We have this massive healthcare debate raging in this country. Guess what? It's not going away, folks, because the liberals in this country want a single-payer healthcare system, which basically means the government controls healthcare, who gets it, when, where, and why. Don't tell me that's a good idea, and don't tell me they have the best of intentions at heart. Because when you're no longer productive in this society for any reason, they're going to ration their healthcare to you because you're not contributing. You don't believe me? Take a look at what happened in Canada. Take a look at what happened in England. And don't tell me about the quality of these hospitals, because unlike most of you morons, I've actually been inside of them. I've seen people treated in these ancient hospitals in Italy where they had single-payer healthcare systems. Guess what? They wish they were back in the States, I guarantee it. The real debate on healthcare basically is who's going to pay for the costs. Okay? Those who want everybody and the rich people to pay for the costs, or the rich people as they see it, are basically saying, I don't want to pay for my own healthcare. Hey folks, we cover the right to life. I don't have to pay for your continued life. I just have to guarantee nobody else takes it. That's it. If you do like I do and you smoke a crap load of cigarettes and time for cancer comes up and you can neither afford nor your insurance company willing to pay for the cancer treatments, guess what? You bought your own death. I understand the desperation. I've literally seen people scrapping to survive some of those horrible accidents in the world. If that's extended over a period of time and bad pain, it gets even worse because all you're constantly worried about is whether or not you get the next day. We're mortal. We don't always get the next day. People die constantly. And some of the people who live through some of this shit, I wish they would have died. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to keep living with the injuries that they have. The other debate about healthcare is basically, hey, look, everybody should get the same healthcare. Fuck you! What did you do in the world to make you so damn special that you get the same healthcare as somebody who went out and produced and made this huge economy? This meek shall inherit the earth crap needs to go away. It's never been true. It's never gonna be true. If Jesus Christ comes down from the heavens and changes the world, that's when it changes. I haven't seen him show up. Okay? So I'm not thinking it's going to happen anytime soon. Some of you believe that, but you're conspiracy theorist tards, and I really don't care. As far as the rest of the healthcare debate is concerned, basically what it really revolves around is this. People don't feel healthcare should cost money. And the reason why they believe that is really simple, because it has to deal with their inherent survival as they see it. Well, the healthcare system, as overburdened as it is already being abused. I watch people go to the hospital for a frickin' headache. Hey, it's only been 12 hours. Why don't you go to sleep and see if you wake up in the morning and it's no longer there? Are you going to the doctor again to get another prescription for Vicodin for this imaginary pain that you created as a psychosomatic symptom so you can get more drugs? Hey, you don't think it happens? Guess what? All you have to do is think about Rush Limbaugh. Dude was popping oxygen for years and doing radio shows. Mad props to you, Rush. I understand you made yourself deaf and there's been some long-term consequences in this crap. But any guy that can pop a crap load of poppy-based medication and then go on and do a 3-hour radio show? Dude, you're God. Okay, just for the talent, not necessarily saying for everything he says. Okay. The other problem that people have with healthcare is in the way they access it. If you're going to the emergency room because you don't have health insurance, guess what? You just increase the cost for everybody. Because now these emergency rooms are no longer dealing with emergencies. They're dealing with every case of stupidity that comes across the door. If you've got a broken or hurt tooth like I did and you're forced to go to the emergency room because you're stupid and didn't pay for health insurance, yeah, that's me. I'm the stupid one I'm talking about here. Guess what? I just took the slot for somebody that got shot in the foot. Now, when I first went in there, I thought that everybody had some sort of a basic idea of right and wrong. And if they saw somebody with a rod of steel through their foot, they're going to take care of him rather than the idiot that's moving around on his own. No, because of the healthcare bill, patient bill of rights crap that was passed through Congress, they got to take everybody in standing order unless it's life-threatening. Hey, the iron rod in the guy's foot might not be life-threatening, but I'm thinking it should get looked at, okay? Just a thought here, folks. This is what happens when government touches shit. You name the agency, I'll tell you how they fucked up their mission. Really simple stuff. There's no reason why the United States government should take over health care. And if you reduce the salary for doctors, how many people do you think is going to get in the game, okay? It's 16 years. 16 years of education and residency to become a doctor in the United States. It's 12 years to become a physician's assistant and be able to just prescribe medication for the common boo-boos you folks can't seem to handle. Practicing nurse, you're looking at 4 years and a possibility of a master's degree of another 2. Think of the billions of dollars that are invested in the education of these people. If they're not seeing the payback, why go in the field? Well, why doesn't the government pay for the education? After all, if they really want to help people, why not? Because I don't want stupid people graduating school and becoming doctors. I want the greedy bastards to compete with each other and determine who's got the skills and don't. Doctoring is part science and part art. Some of the guys can nail the science, but they can't do the art. They become researchers. Some people can nail the art, but not the science. They do things like, you know, become MDs. Some guys are so good, they've nailed it perfectly. And they're the surgeons, they're the specialists, those are the people that are solving this shit we never thought we were going to get past in life. Yeah, I want that guy to be able to go out on the golf course on Sunday and afford 18 holes at a $250,000 a year country club. He acted, he did everything he could to make your life better and learned a skill you can't even begin to fathom. Yeah, they deserve their money. So does everybody else in the healthcare industry. And this isn't just about theory craft, folks. This is common experience that I've had. I worked in a nursing home as a cook. It was a Medicaid nursing home. These people actually gave a damn. This was kind of a place that was in the minority. These people actually called everybody by their first names, were emotionally involved with them. Hell, I cried when one of the residents died. Old guy from World War I, great man. But the point is that it didn't matter because Medicaid only pays so much money. You know how much I had to feed them every day for their snacks and 3 meals? $5.30. $5.30. $5.30. That's all these people were getting in order to get their food for the day, okay? You have any idea how hard it is to feed that many people on $5.30 each for the entire day? Go to McDonald's, get a Happy Meal, come back and tell me how much the damn thing cost. The other thing that I've noticed in these places is that they'll cut every corner they can because they're not getting Medicaid. I went down a hallway one day, took a temperature with a meat thermometer of 95 degrees because the air conditioning unit went offline. These are old, frail, dangerously healthy people, otherwise they're not there. Next thing I know, I hear from my boss. She went down with her electric thermometer, 102 degrees. The air conditioning could have been fixed for $2,500. It took 3 weeks, and one of us, and I'll never tell who it was, dropping a dime to the state telling them that our residents were in danger. State come in, done an inspection, and they spent 20 grand on a brand new unit. That's the kind of crap I'm talking about here, folks. Whenever the government's involved, they cut every corner they can. They don't care if everybody gets the best health care, just as long as it looks like they got a little. And to even make matters worse, you go in a nursing facility, you go and get Medicaid, the first thing you have to do is spend down all your wealth. You have to sell off your house, your cars, and your personal belongings. And what they do is they go back 7 years. 5 years ago, you transfer ownership of your house to your kids. Guess what? It gets taken back from your children and sold. So that way, when it's all done and you're mostly cured and you can go home, you can't. There's nowhere to go. They got you trapped in the system. Game over. You're dying in a bed that you didn't make for yourself. Have fun, folks. Next thing you know, you guys are actually going to put this in force. Make no mistake, Obamacare is not going to last. In this form, all it did was enrich the health insurance companies, and once we all realize it, we're going to fight back in force. But they keep pushing for it, they keep pushing for it, and they get Medicare and Medicaid and this thing and that thing. Next thing you know, your decisions about whether or not you live or die are going to be taken out of your hands and put it in a bureaucrat that doesn't know you, doesn't care about you, your family, your history, or what you can provide for the future. You're going to be a number and a name, and whatever happens to you is nowhere near important to them as much as the bottom line and how much power they have. Folks, you fall for this crap, you deserve the pain and suffering that comes afterwards. I'm Uncle Mitch, and that is all.